Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald joins us here today. We were talking about Panthers in a little bit, but you have some scenarios for us that most likely will have us yelling at either you or Ethan.
Yeah, probably.
You guys always yell at me.
Yeah.
And again, these are all the usual like press box banters. David and I basically every time we're in the press box, just random conversations that whether
between you yelling at me for not cheering in the press box.
Well, yeah that too.
Yeah, but, I mean, when money is on the line,
they won the Stanley Cup.
No, that was the Ox press box.
I was not
totally acceptable. Totally acceptable.
I was not physically there for that one, so I will just abstain from that comment.
By the way, I've known Jordan the longest of any person in this.
Why
room.
are you bringing him?
Well, that's only because Jeremy Taché isn't here.
That's only because Jeremy Taché isn't here.
No, forget Ethan.
But Gators stick together, man. That's why.
Stop! Shut up.
Right.
Go ahead.
Jeez.
Go ahead.
Really territorial. My friend.
Yeah. All right. So the first one, which David and I have this argument with David or conversation with David almost every time when a puck hits the post, puck hits the net, something, but it's not counted as a shot on goal despite it hits the goal, but it's not a shot on goal.
Yeah.
Why?
It's literally a shot on goal.
It's the most ridiculous thing. It's literally a shot on goal.
Somebody should get credit for that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Now, I know why you're complaining about it. It's the same thing that I'm going to complain about it because this is money. These go, I mean, if you are betting on shots for a player prop, obviously, if you hit the post and then all of a sudden you come up one shot short of getting paid.
I have a theory. The reason this is not a shot on goal is because the stat keepers are lazy and they don't want to have to also keep a stat for unsaved shots because it shouldn't count as a save because the goalie didn't make the save, it hit the post. But they don't want to keep the stat unsaved shots, so they just leave it as shots on goal. The goalie has to actually make a save.
Well, your theory is kind of busted if you think about advanced metrics with Corsi and Fenwick. So you're betting shot attempts, and of course, their shots are unblocked. So that theory is busted.
That could be a third one, though. Like, they could start keeping track of shots off post.
So what are you going to name it?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
shots off post.
Shots off post.
NHL.com, they do sort of have it when they break down missed shots. They do miss wide, miss high, miss net, or miss post.
But this
or whatever.
isn't a miss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's classified as a miss now because it's not a shot on goal by their
But
mark.
it's not a miss.
I know. I know. Yes.
See?
As a goaltender, you should love this, Dave, because it keeps less track of how many shots have gotten by you.
Because I love my goalposts. They're my friends.
It's not going to affect the save percentage. It's not going to affect the goals against average unless you go a ball down or something. But, yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Well, but you just brought up an interesting point. It's not just pucks off post. It's shots off post. It's shots off post and in, shots off post and out, shots off post that create rebound opportunities. Like, we're creating a whole nother thing of analytics here.
A shot that goes off the bar and in counts as a shot on goal. So why should a shot?
Because it's a goal,
right? But if it's 1 inch this way, it doesn't mean that it should count as a shot on goal versus being 1 inch that way.
Wow, that is the
Wrist
ultimate
shot to a slap
semantics
shot.
discussion.
Who gets credit off a deflection? Like,
we are in the weeds, boys.
This is inside hockey, ladies and gentlemen.
Inside hockey.
Yeah.
All right, you have another scenario.
I have a couple other, but again, I don't think anything's going to top that one. I felt like we hit the gate as hard as we could.
I don't know. Like, looking at your list, I see some piss and vinegar that could be coming.
Yeah, a couple other ones. Roy and I have discussed this one. When a player gets called for embellishment, why does the original penalty still stand?
Yeah, that is true. Now,
that should not be automatic.
If it's a tripping call and the referee is looking straight at the trip, now if it's an actual trip, I can understand them. I can understand the referee calling a trip, but if it's not a trip and just a dive, that should not happen.
But if it's an actual trip, what's the embellishment?
The embellishment is the actual.
So I have long been on the theory of you can't have embellishment if you actually have a penalty.
Yes.
But I was at the Preds game recently, and Erod hooked a guy like definitively, but he really sold it. I can't remember which player it was. Really sold it, and I'm like, okay, now I see how you can have a penalty and embellishment on the same play.
Definitely a sliding scale, but I've seen plays where like a guy it's like like soccer. Where like nothing happens, but a guy is on the ice like he just got shot.
Yeah, or flopping, whether it's soccer or basketball or
for sure. The flopping exists.
Yes.
It does not have to be a penalty. I cannot remember ever seeing embellishment called by itself.
Yes,
I cannot recall that happening once.
It must have happened during a Panthers game.
It probably happened at some point.
And we're probably just trying to burn it out of our memories. But yes.
You know what penalty you don't see that on? You don't see it on roughing. Like you see somebody get punched in the face with a glove,
Rocky
or
too.
a
Well, I
miss,
mean,
or
you know, when you get punched in the face, you
Yes.
get punched in the face.
or it didn't get punched in the face, but the player ends up yanking the head back.
Yeah.
Like
Didn't they make a movie about that with Nicolas Cage? Like a prize fight? Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
Anybody? Anybody?
Yes,
No?
Gary Sinise.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Fellow
what-
old curmudgeon.
What, it was like a rain. It was a rain. There was rain outside on like a hurricane.
Some kind of rainstorm. There's a prize fight. The guy took a dive. Replay showed he took a dive, and then somebody got shot in the rain. It was a crazy movie. And Gary Sinise, of course, was the bad guy. Spoiler alert.
Oh, thanks a lot. thanks for that.
But no, it's just typical good '90s movie. Nicolas Cage
Phobe.
should have been a Superman.
Do you have another scenario?
Then the other two are sort of revolving, both just sticking with the penalty part. A team that commits a penalty,
Yeah.
the four who are still on the ice after the penalty should take that first shift of the PK.
Like icing.
Exactly.
I like it. So if player like Matthew Tkachuk, for example, somebody you'd never see on the PK, if he's out there for a penalty,
Yeah.
he starts the penalty kill.
You
And
got
it's
the
up
fourth
to
line out there.
Yeah.
It's up to the
You have
team to clear the
fourth,
zone.
Fourth line, third pair, Uvis Blinskis takes the penalty. Is your fourth line and Petrie are that first shift. You have to hope you clear that puck right away and get to the bench.
I
That
like
would be
it.
a disaster, man.
No, but this could make things more interesting.
I like it.
And
Yeah.
it will force teams to have everybody practicing PK, not
Not
just
not just having your rotation of 5 to 6 forwards
Right.
and your top 4 defenders.
We are
defensemen.
changing hockey practices right here, right now. We're
Absolutely.
crawling drills. Okay,
Crawling drills when you don't have a skate blade in.
how not to embellish.
Yeah.
And now everybody's in on the PK.
Yes, everybody's in like that. Yeah, practice is definitely going to be different. How you construct lines is going to be different. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
reminds me of something we were talking about earlier. Like, why have pregame warmups not changed in 100 years?
That is true. Like, and in fact, people in the media rely on these on pregame skates
Well,
just to get
because we
starting
know
lineups.
what's coming.
Yeah.
We
We know when it's 8 minutes and 20 some seconds left.
Exactly.
Just start looking for the line rushes.
Yeah, hockey is just like baseball.
But
Don't
why
like
can't
change.
these guys, what if somebody wants to work on accuracy in the corner? What if somebody wants to work on tipping? What if somebody wants to work on face-offs? Like, these guys should be able to choose what they want to warm up before the game. Why aren't there multiple, why isn't it more loosey-goosey? Like, you see the players out there talking to their families, having fun with kids, throwing pucks, so clearly it's not a super serious situation. Why are we not changing warm-ups in a billion years?
yeah.
And you know what? If I'm disparaging to my goaltenders because the point is to warm us up, I'm sorry. But I'm bored.
You're bored as the goaltenders union. You're bored.
But again, the goalies are only in the net for a few minutes of that warm-up period. So keep those few minutes the same and then
Thank you.
and then go wild. Again, you have 18 minutes. You have 18 minutes. You don't have to allot that 18 minutes or the exact same thing every single time. I
Right.
do agree with that.
Yeah, and you can't forget at the end of pregame skate, you gotta have that one guy that stays out there
Yeah.
and shoot all the way down the
You
ice. trying
love
to hit the
watching
other-
AJ Greer do his thing. Don't
Hey
you?
man, the game depends. If it's win or loss, it all depends on AJ
eventually,
Greer's shot
he's going to
down
have
the
that
ice.
chance to have a cross ice empty net shot.
Yes.
He needs to be ready for it.
Yes, that's
enough.
practice right
Yes.
there.
I like the idea of Paul Maurice out there dropping pucks for faceoffs for guys because it's not like the refs unless the refs take warm-ups too and they're out there just dropping pucks.
the players got to do it for themselves.
Yep.
Or
If
even
Sasha
better,
Barkov
Carter
and Sam Bennett-
Verhaeghe dropping a puck for
Yes.
Rhino
Whoever,
and
whoever the
Rodriguez
backup goaltender is dropping the pucks for faceoffs.
It's
in
just-
full pads.
Give me a Daniil Tarasov or a Sergei Bobrovsky right in the middle of Anton Lundell and Etu Louis Ryan going for
I
faceoffs.
like it.
Boy, we
I'm
are
telling
in
you.
the weeds.
No,
Please
man,
stop
we-
that!
we are-
Stop that! Stop
We
that!
are innovating hockey right now is what we're doing.
All right, that just makes me think of Paul Maurice at practice with the puck line.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
During drills.
Yeah, those first days of training camp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Explain that. Go ahead,
Yeah,
explain that.
yeah. The first days of training camp when Paul Maurice just wants to absolutely just tear them apart. He lines 10 pucks up at center ice, and for each puck, the players have to do a board battle, do a lap, repeat it the other way. So player A doing the board battle, player B do a lap, player B with player A do a lap. He throws one puck away, you repeat until there are no pucks left.
That
Day
is
one, there are 10 pucks.
Yeah.
It's a half hour to 45 minutes the first day, and it goes back about 5 minutes or so each day up until their first preseason game.
Yeah.
The players absolutely hate it.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, they realize how beneficial it is. I mean, look at the first cup point in Game 7. They basically replicated what they did on day one of practice
Yep.
to close out their first Stanley Cup victory.
And the Eastern Conference
And the
final
Eastern
that
Conference
year.
final that
Isn't
year,
it?
too.
Yeah. Had the puck
It
pin.
is a Stanley Cup winning formula.
Yeah.
I remember
Jordan.
during preseason, just 1 second, Ethan, I remember just watching Paul do that and thinking to myself, what the hell is he thinking out there when he's standing by himself with nobody talking to him, nobody around him?
And
He's
you
laughing to
see the
himself.
smirk on his
Right?
face when
Laughing
it's
to
happening.
himself.
So I asked him, I'm like, are you thinking about groceries? Are you laughing at guys getting destroyed? And he's like, honestly, I'm just looking to see who's standing out. Whether it's good, bad, whatever. But I didn't buy that answer because
No.
he looks like he's having too much fun out there.
And we're probably never going to get the real answer until after everything's all said and done.
And the funniest thing is seeing the players just slide either belly first or ass down to center ice once they get to that meeting
they're
at the end of those
exhausted.
drills. Oh, it's worse than a basket.
It takes a while for the room to open up on those first days
Yes.
of training camp.
Jordan, I have a scenario for you.
Go for it.
Media, from fan to media member. Okay, I was at a game. This the Preds
You're on
game we
media
talked about
member.
Yeah, I was
earlier.
gonna say, like,
Yeah,
dude.
you know, the Preds game we talked about earlier. You know, it's debatable.
You know,
Maybe. But give me a credential, but maybe.
You know, I go to these games as fans. So we were speaking about the Nashville game, and something happened at that Nashville game that I've been wanting to discuss on this show. Okay, give me a behavior report here on fans starting the wave. I know you hate the wave.
Hate it. Absolutely.
In a 1-0 game in the third period.
It's the equivalent of playing Peppas before the game's locked down for the Heat fans.
Oh, no.
It's
Which happens all
yes.
the time.
Although one wave scenario that I did see on social media that I would be fully supportive of, Colorado from the top of the stadium all the way to the bottom, and
top
making
to
it
down.
replicate an avalanche.
That's cool.
Oh, that's
I would be
awesome.
fully
But that's
on
not a
board.
wave.
No,
That is
but
not a
it's
wave.
It's not a
it's
wave.
wave adjacent.
Oh, it's an avalanche.
Yeah.
See, I'd be worried though that like
Wait,
somebody's
so what
gonna
do they
get
do?
too into it and topple down.
Yeah,
the
go
base.
like
They
this?
go like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like
The
down.
hands are going down instead
Yes.
of up.
Yeah, it starts up and they
opposite.
just go down. They just replicate from the very top all the way down to all the way to ice level.
Interesting.
I used to
That's
get
good.
really mad at Gator games, Jordan, because people would do the wave when we were on offense, and
It made
so
no
the
sense.
crowd would be going
While singing Tom
crazy
Petty.
while we're on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be telling everybody around me, "Shut the fuck up!
Hey,
we're on offense."
I just realized
Look at
something.
Rose. She's pissed off now. What are you doing?
she has to
Cursing.
do one bleep on
F-bomb.
YouTube. Oh,
Yeah, Mark.
Rose, I gotta warn you, I dropped a few F-bombs during the punishment.
Oh.
Oh, me too.
Oh, no. I'm glad
yeah,
you said
Rose
that
did
now.
too. I heard a couple. of them slip
No,
out.
but hold on a second. I just
continue.
realized something. Are you wearing all that shit because you knew he was coming in today?
Well, I
Oh, he
got
had
this
to.
jersey
He had
recently,
to.
and then when I heard Jordan was in, I'm
Okay.
like, "This is too easy."
On audio, Ethan
This
is
is too
wearing
easy.
a Gators
Yeah,
fake
this is
hockey
my
jersey
my
and
Hollister,
a fake Gators cap. Oh,
They-
a
they
real
have
Gators
real
some
cap.
good, have some good
Might as well be fake.
Gator stuff, and I saw this the other day, and I was like, yes.
All right, enough of the Gators. Next scenario.
All right, yeah.
Jordan.
Last one, just sticking with the PK. I'm a big fan of the jailbreak rule. If you get a
love this.
shorthanded
Love
goal, penalty's over. But not just if it's on a PK. If you're 4-on-4,
Yes,
3-on-3,
I like
whatever. If you score, your teammate gets out of the box. So if it's 4-on-4, you score a 4-on-4 goal, your guy gets out of the box and you get a power play for the rest of the penalty for the opponent.
Yeah. As I said before, the NHL hates change. And
It's one of the
definitely
easiest
not doing that.
It's one of the easiest changes, and just similar to the other one where your first group stays on there for the opening PK shift. It's going to open things up. Again, you're going to be seeing more chance from the team that's shorthanded, at which point opens up everything for the rush on the other end.
Yeah,
do this-
it's better for teams who have an aggressive penalty
Yes.
kill. Absolutely.
They do this in the PWHL, don't they?
Yeah, I
they
believe
have this
so,
rule
yes.
in the PWHL.
Yes,
I know
absolutely.
Jeff Merrick has been championing this, championing
There it is.
this rule.
Good
I
job.
love it. I think it would be a great idea, and it would force teams like to go for it shorthanded and try and score goals because it gives them a reason to go for it as well. It'd be awesome.
David, you have a scenario.
It's just something I'd like to see change that I think would be pretty cool. Jordan and I were talking about this on the way to the studio today. I think teams should install mirrors in the away team penalty box underneath the glass along the boards, and they're angled in a way that every time that player looks into the mirror, he sees the faces of all the fans sitting behind him, and when they look at those mirrors, they see the player's face sitting in the box, and they can antagonize him, and they can flip him off, and they can do all these things to piss him off, and he can't look up because every time he looks into that mirror, all these eyes around him are going to be looking at him. I think this is an awesome idea that every hockey team should think about doing in their penalty box.
So it's not enough that the fans behind
No.
the
No,
guy who
that's
committed the
been
penalty
around
is bang
forever.
on the ice.
They're very good at
Yelling.
ignoring all that now, okay? Players, that's like ingrained into their brain. They're perfectly great at ignoring what happens outside the glass. But when you bring that into their face, it could be a little different.
But what about the side of the penalty box?
No, you got them on both sides. It just wraps around.
I mean, you think about Vancouver in this situation with the Greenmen. That they used to do.
Yeah.
The guys dressed up as
Yeah, I
Green.
remember them.
Yeah.
Back when Lou was in Vancouver and they were going to the playoffs and Stanley Cup final and all that. But no, I think this is a great way to create another mental edge over the visiting team.
And Jordan, you agree with this assessment?
I understand the logic. I understand the premise. I'm non-committal now. I'm neutral on that one.
Okay. All right. We will continue to have Jordan here in the studio talking about the Panthers coming up.